Hi there, welcome to Frederick's Workshop. My name is Jason, and in this one I am building, and you see I started. Actually, this one's for my daughters, which we're not going to be doing the recording of. This pile of 2x4 is going to be for a stand for this nasty ass aquarium right here. So let's get to work. So the aquarium is, I believe, 12 inches this way and 36 this way, and dirty as hell. $50 on the marketplace for this 50-gallon here, and a, like, math says like an 18-gallon that I'm going to put one betta fish in for her, and we'll get this one set up for other stuff, because, well, there was two and I might as well do one. So we need a stand, but the only thing is the stand that I'm going to put this on is going to be a short guy, because where I'm going to put it in the house, it's not going to be, well, it's the only real good spot to put it, so the stand's only going to be a few inches tall. Height of this guy here is tall, it's 24, and I've got a total of 51 inches of space to work with. So, from my research and my shoppy mess, my messy shop, dumbass. So my research says that the light for plants in the aquarium says about 6 inches away from the water. So the light, I'm just going to use a similar light like these. I've got extras of, and they're plenty long enough. They're 4-foot bars, and it's only a 3-foot tank, so that'll be just fine. So I got, that's about an inch thick. Now I got to go 6 inches from there. So I got 51, so that takes me down to 50. And then the 6 inches takes me down to 46 or 44. That is 24. So that means that the stand can only be 20 inches tall. So it's going to be a short stand. I've got hers cut here, and then I'll wrap hers with some nice stuff here in a little bit once I get hers built and going. But mine's going to have cedar trim. I can't really see, I don't have the lights on in here. There we go. It's going to have cedar trim around it, face frame around it and stuff, and it's going to be kind of shaker framed, because I've never done that before, so I might as well try it. So I'm going to get these cut down to proper lengths like I did here. Let's get some wood cutting. You guys know how to use a saw. Just measure whatever the lengths you need, cut it, make a big pile, and call it good. We'll be back. Alright, got all of the pieces cut. So now I got to just drill 90 million pocket holes in all of the brace pieces. So I got to do the 2 front long pieces on both the bottom. Don't get pocket holes. It'll be the 2 sides to build that, which is these little guys, and then the supports that go up and down. So once I get them all drilled out, I'll let you see what it looks like here. Big pile of ready to go lumber. So let's get to drilling. One. So I got this one attached. Now it's just time to rotate it, dip it, rest it, and attach this one. So all it is just pocket holes, adding some glue, clamping it on, screwing it down, just like such. And rotate glue, not worrying about spreading it. I don't know why I brought my brush around over here. Set it down. Clamp it on. Just getting that clamp just on there. Lining it up best I can. Squeeze that thing on there. Now I got the pocket holes on the outside because I don't care. Because once I attach the skin to it, you're not going to see them anyway. And you won't completely see them because they'll be underneath. Add the screws to it. There's one. Drop the other one. two done. Now this one I'm going to put in the middle somewhere, once I find out where the middle's at. Attach it the same way. Add this back to the back. Glue and screw. Do this thing twice, and I'll be back once you see the two. Okay, these two frame parts are done. One's top, one's the bottom. So now all I gotta do is attach these. Put you over here. Attach these in the corners. Pick this up. Yeah, it's this angle, but just glue and screw, just like I did for those brace pieces. To do these, I'm going to attach these this direction. Same thing with this one here. It'll be like this. But the front ones, if this is the front, it's going to go, number one, it's going to go pocket holes in and going this way. Then the back one, I don't care which side the pocket holes are on, but I'm going to mount it this direction. So it's got support all the way around on this. These two will be supported on this one. Same thing here, going this way. The front middle will only be supported this way because it's going to go this direction, and we'll see why later. Then these will be this way, that way, so forth. And the one, like I said, on this side here, it'll have the support touching this piece, and this piece. So I've only got 7 screws left. Got a delivery coming Friday, so I got a couple days. So I'm going to go ahead and attach 2 boards, because that's all I can. 3 boards? 3 boards. I'll attach 3. I don't know which 3 yet, but I'm just going to do the up brace in a couple of spots. So we'll be back once I get my screws in and all of them attached. So here's where we're at. I was in a hurry because we got the screws in and I forgot all about filming because I'm a piece of crap YouTube guy now. So I changed my mind on the back one here from going 90 degrees this way, being, touching this one and on that one, because if I put a shelf or something on the base of this, which I'm planning on doing, it's just gonna make that much more difficult to cut that around to put the shelf in here and give it a little less real estate to rest on, especially in the corner like right here or something. So I decided just to go this route with it. This one, like I said, is facing this direction, so you don't see the screws whenever I add the doors and everything to it. And then I just cut, oh shit, I forgot I just put some damn polyacrylic on there. You dumbass. Luckily it's been a little while. I'll just rub it on my shorts. Alright, let's try that again. I didn't film this part here, and I apologize for that too. All I did was took a piece of 2 foot by 4 foot, 1/4 inch plywood, cut it down to size on the table saw, and then put some glue on the top of this all the way around, and then down the middle where that middle beam is. Set it down, and then just brad nailed her, and then I just now added a coat of polyacrylic to it. It's currently drying. I'll probably do about 2 or 3 coats. It'll help seal it for any water leakage. And then I could take it in the house and start setting it up once I get a couple coats on here and it dries, just to put the tank on and get it going. The only bad thing I noticed is it wobbles. Now I know my floor in here is not the best either, but it still wobbles when it's out in the driveway. It wobbles more this way. But I figure I can just put some matchbooks underneath there like you do, tables at restaurants, or just a shim actually. And that's probably what I'll do, is just shim it once I figure out which direction it wobbles improperly, level in the water. Shove a shim underneath it, you won't notice it, hopefully. You never know, the floor could be crappy where I'm putting it and it might not even matter. So, next thing is put the skins on the sides all the way around. And that I'm going to use, there it is, my cedar, and some more of the plywood. This is going to be an attempt at making some shaker style ends and doors. So on my oil stained cardboard changing oils here, I wrote down what I need as far as the cedar pieces go. I need 8 pieces at 20, 4 pieces at 13, and 2 pieces at 36, which all that is 152 inches. So that should, and I've got 2 boards here. Should be just plenty. Actually, maybe too much. 90, let's see here, it's 8, it's 7, who cares? It's going to be enough. I got 2 boards. So I'm going to use, not this one because of that, and there's a spot over here. Most of it is going to be coming out of this one here. And then I'll use some of that down there at that end of this board, whatever I need left. So I need to just trim out the 2 ends and get down to the cutting of the pieces. Now, they're not going to stay this wide. I'm going to cut them into like 1.25 inch, 2 inch, something along that area. Just figure how wide these are first, and then, you know, I've got joint up the edges a little bit, stuff like that, blah blah blah. So I'm going to cut it down to probably 1.25 inch, somewhere in that area, and use all that. So now I need to set this up and just cut down the 20s, 13s, and the 36s. Alright, here's my dirty mess. Look at this crap. I need to get a much better dust collection thing going on. I don't know. I had the glass gate open. Got the thing running. And I just dumped the bucket the other day, so I don't know if there's something wrong with my shop vac or not. And it could be just, I don't know, it could be a clog in here somewhere else. I don't know. I need to work on this thing. But either way, there's all the rail styles, side pieces, blah blah blah, whatever else they're all called. The only thing that's odd that I did note, that I noticed later whenever I was doing this, is I was stupid, because let's just go with this one here down the side. It's going to go here on the side like this. So then this piece I said was 36. Ah, I fell. Let's try it again. So if this piece goes here, to angle it, then if I made this piece 36, it wasn't going to fit, because this side right here like this. So I had to cut this. It's not going to stand. I had to cut these bottom ones 1.5 inches bigger, so they will fit flush to this bottom side here. So I said 36. It's actually 37.5 inches for these bottom pieces. Sorry about that glare, but so it overhangs a little bit. And then I'll cut it down the middle, and then get those going. But I'm not worried about that right now. I just want to get these 2 side pieces done first, the rails and styles. And for that, to get it going first, I got these 2 testers. I'm going to send out a tester. That way I know I get it set up correctly. And I've never done this before, so I'm going to use these as the test pieces, see if I can get it set up. Once I get it set up, then I'll start running these things through, and you'll see that part here. But the setup, and then once I get it set up, I'll tell you about my setup. So these pieces are about, just for quick easy thing here for everybody, they're almost 1/16 over 3/4 inch. So I did a test run on this guy. I think it's right. So now I'm going to do a test run on the second piece. Got to do a test run anyways. And this is where I have it set. Is basically 1/16 over 2/8. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or yeah, 5/16. So let's run this through. I'm not gonna turn dust collection on real fast just to make it quick, but it's gonna get a little loud. Flip it. Now it left a little sliver down the center there, so get this. Just run this down it. Take that little sliver out. Come on now. Get out of there. Shouldn't take this long to get that damn thing out of there. There we go. Now take this, and you can see that this is the 2x4 or the plywood that I'm using, and it fits nicely. It's got a little bit of room in there, but it fits nicely. It's not terribly snug, but with glue, that should be good. So I know that this is set up correctly for all the grooves to put the plywood sheets in for the inside here. So I'm going to run all these through as I just did this little tester, and we'll be back once all those are ran through. Set up for the rails, okay, from what I can remember, from over here, you take the, let's go this way, and you got to measure or line up whatever the top of that blade with that gap there. So let's just go ahead and go here, and then let's go up there. Now that should be the proper height. Now as far as the length of the, okay, I'm going to be cutting it this way, but I'm going to slide my gauge or my fence down to 3 3/8. That's too many eighths. No, that's alright, eighths. 3 3/8. I'm going to come back just a tick. I'm going to come down to 3 1/4. Get my 1, 2, 3 block. And then that should work. I'm going to set my 1, 2, 3 block down here. Get my miter gauge. Hello, Mr. Miter Gauge. Oh, get in there. So I'm going to do one-handed. There we go. Set you up here. Now, right there. I'm going to butt this up against it. Should be in the right spot. Clean that off here. Yeah, let's try this. One side, that's against it, now see the fit. A little bit tight. Actually, a lot of bit tight. Let's actually do something real quick here. I'm just going to raise the blade very, very slightly. Fit. The fit is nice, excluding that, so I need to scoot the fence back to 50. I figured. Go right to there. Oh, look at that. Look at that fit. Finally, I got a joint that looks decent. It feels flush. Both sides. I'm ready. So, I need to figure out which ones I need to cut. Styles and the rails and all blah 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 blah, whatever they're called. So let me lay them out and get it figured out, and then we will be right back once we start going. So I'm going to start with just these two piles right here, which would just be the two side panels. I'll get to the doors after a while. But the way I've got these set up is two on top. Okay, this is one panel, this is the second panel. The ones on top are the ones that get cut. The same thing over here. But I just got to make sure that these are the right lengths. So I got these set up. These should fit like a glove. Okay, go ahead and this side up, this side up, this side up, this side up. Alright, come on, get in there. A little tight. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. So for my first attempt, it's not bad. I mean, that gap's there, but I think it's only because I need to maybe sand it out a little bit. Who cares? We'll figure that out later whenever we get done. But alright, now I just gotta cut these and then get everything figured out for that set. So, one down, 4 to go. Okay, here's the two sides, and then here's the two doors. So now I'm going to clean up and then get measured for the panel for these two and these two out of that. So I sliced this down to 10 1/8 wide. Now let me go grab one set. Let's take a gander here. Take this off. Take this off. I'm just going to leave this attached. Slide this in here. Come on. There we go. Get in there. Get in there. I'm not getting it. There's that side. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, 10 1/8. This is all the way up against this side, inside there. There's still that little piece right there. There you go. So I know that it's plenty wide enough. Now I just need to get the length cut. So just to figure out how long it is, I'm just going to chop it on the miter, and we'll go to town from there. And there it is, cut. I don't remember how long it was. I didn't even measure it. And I got the second one cut, so I can install it later. All you do is just now glue it. So to glue it, I'm just going to take it back apart, add some glue just to the tenon part here, I guess we'll call it, on all 4 of these. Not going to add glue to the panel at all, so that way it's got some wood movement. And then just put clamp, and let it dry. ×2. So when I go, this is just sitting on the side. This is the front again. because remember, no pocket holes in this beam. So this edge is going to be flush up against this side, and the front. Now see if you notice, the way I cut this is if I flush this side up here to the front, there's a gap down here. I did that on purpose because I don't want the cedar rubbing the ground. So this is going to go on the ground, and it'll just be this piece of plywood that's touching the ground. Or not plywood, sorry, 2x4. So the cedar won't be hitting the ground at all. So I'm just going to clear my throat. Yeah. Put glue all over this on the other side, this side, and then just clamp the bejeebas out of it and clamp it on there. The glue is the only thing that's going to be holding this thing on. So let's get that going. So I'm just going to glue it, line it up, stick it down. Now this has got an ugly spot here on this. This side I want it on the back, because when I go to add the hinges, I don't want the screws going into the hinges here. So just if you got any defects like this, make sure you put them in the correct good spot. So it's going to go this direction. So put that up, grab some glue, and glue the juice out of it. I'm going to try to keep the glue from any squeeze out coming out this direction, or actually any of the directions that are outwards. If it squeezes out inwards, I don't care as much because you won't see that. Inwards being into the panel. So I'm just going to spread the glue around a little bit. Rotate it this way. That's the way I want it. Set it down. Grab some clamps. Start with one. Do my best to line it up. Just apply a little bit of pressure. Not clamping the hell out of it yet. So I need to be able to slide it to make sure I get it lined up correctly. Now I'm clamping it. Like that. Now let that dry. So that's what it's going to be. I got it flush onto the side here. Flush up here. Pretty good. Yep, I'm liking this. So I just took some scrap, cut the notches out, measured to cut the notches out for the base inside there. I guess it's sitting up on its side because I got one coat, and that's all I'm doing, I think, of a polyacrylic Minwax, water-based, clear gloss on there. As you can see what that looks like compared to all the other ones attached. Well, compare those. Look at this color here, and at least look at this color. That pops it out some. I'm liking it. Looks good. I'm going to let this dry, just one coat, and I think that's all I'm going to do. When I sanded the top here, while it was attached, I had to recoat a little bit of here as well. So that's good. Damn, dusty in here still. So, once this side's dry, I don't remember how long it takes, I'm going to flip it, do the other side, one coat, and then we'll start worrying about cleaning these. These are done, ready. All I got to do is just dust them off and coat them as well. So I'm going to wait until this is dry, flip it, and coat one side of each of these, and then that. Alright, time to install the doors. So, let's see if I can put you here, let you hang out a little. Miter saw is not a good spot for you. So, who cares? Here's what I'll do. All I'm going to do is clamp the door down into space, in a place. Can't really do much here. I can get maybe a good clamp on that. And then I can get a smaller clamp over here. Line these up to where I want them. And carefully drill holes into there and set the screws in. I should probably finish this first, actually. Yeah, let's put some finish on this, on these pieces first, and then we'll attach the hinges. And then knobs. We need knobbies. Oh, hey, look. I have a couple of leftover knobs here. These will be my cabinet knobs. They don't exactly match, but I don't care. And there we go. There it is. The final assembly and placement. So I added my turn knobs and the rubber band just to hold it shut so the dog doesn't get in there. There it is with the shelf with some stuff up in there. And that's it. So I just take my rubber band here. Sorry about the shakiness. Put the rubber band on there to help keep Madison out of it. And there it is, all set up. And the little Endler fishes. And some female guppies. I gotta clean the glass off on the outside here. It's a little dirty from when I cleaned it and then set it outside for a while to dry. But there's that. You can't really see. You can see how bright that light is, but that is just a shop light like I have out in the shop. Set up with some, well, yeah, just hanging there from the top there underneath the growlers. And a couple people that are in some aquarium and aquascaping groups that are in my area. Bought some some plants, and got some free plants from them that I set up in there. A little sponge filter, a little setup, been going good, and the stand. I'm loving it. Looks great. I love the cedar. I love the shaker style doors that I did. It actually turned out pretty good. I didn't even pay attention, but I did it correctly with this piece of plywood, where you can see the, we call it the football shape here of this in the grain pattern there. So I actually did that right. I wish I would have done something better with the with the cedar pieces right there and where they matched up, but oh well. But there it is. All right. Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, and if you got some comments on it. I know I did some bad stuff here, but I'll show you this real quick here as I'm doing this. The doors don't close all the way. I put some rare magnets to hopefully do that, and it doesn't. So I'm just going to get some sort of latch or something to latch that shut. That's one of the other reasons rubber band's on there. Take rubber band off, it doesn't open up, but still. Don't let anybody know that. It's because who cares? Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.